Hi everyone, MGS Coaching Football here. Coach Sullivan with you again. To my subscribers, I thank you, and non-subscribers, I'm hoping I tease you into it. Just completed my 38th year coaching football as a defensive coordinator, but over that time I've also been an offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, a longtime head coach, and all of this at both the collegiate and high school levels. What I want to share with you today is one of our fronts that we like to utilize when we're specifically expecting zone read or power read or RPO or all three. Okay. It's what we call offset, and it gives us a six-man box versus a spread formation like this is here. This is what we call 10 personnel, four wide receivers. And Detroit for us is doubles 2 by 2. Okay, as you see there, and they're in the gun. And we say east because as you look at it, if the halfback's offset to the right of the quarterback, to us, that's like the East Coast, right? And then we also tag the boundary into it because teams sometimes have a tendency to have different plays when the ball's on the hash and the halfback's offset into the boundary versus the big field. Okay, just so you know. And so a couple of things here. Number one, when Dean, this is the fifth game, so we had 4 games on him. This was only a one and done as far as an opponent. So based on the 4 games that we had, when the ball was on the hash and Hassey, here we go, half back into the boundary, they like to run wide receiver screen as the RPO. They like to run double moves with a screen and go. So what we did was when ball was on the hash and we were going against 10 personnel, the whip, instead of being on the hash, got off the hash and aligned up opposite number 2 because, excuse me, the rover here is part of the box, and you'll see that when we get to the tight alignment. So we didn't want to necessarily leave ourselves vulnerable to that wide receiver screen or even a bubble or certainly the go. Okay. And that I don't want to put him into conflict here. Okay. So that was the reason. He's off the hash. As you see, it's a 6-man box. He's a little bit tighter, so he's tighter. And our corner here, okay, is playing outside leverage, and he is predominantly, since he's away from the halfback, he's playing pass, reading surface first, but he's more of a pass defender. Okay. So offset, as you'll see from the tight copy, I'll show you wide first, is we put a 4-eye on the side of the halfback, and then we bump the nose and the other defensive end away with 3 linebackers behind. And when we get to the tight copy, I'll show you. So let me just run it once from the wide copy, and then we'll spend the rest of the time from tight copy. Okay? So we are anticipating a zone read here or an RPO off the zone read. Okay? They weren't a big power read team, but they were a big zone read team out of 10 personnel. Okay? So here we are. This was the game plan. Okay, you love it when you hold them to less than 3 yards, right? So, okay, now you see it. Here is the 4-eye technique, right? I'm seeing my arrow pointing at him. The nose is one shade away. In this case, the end, defensive end opposite the halfback, 5 technique. Now, this linebacker here, he should be lined B split on the tackle, so he misaligned. Okay, he's a 31. I mean, he's the B gap defender. Okay, this linebacker here is line A split on the center. He's right, so we got somebody on either A gap. And the 4-eye technique is going to be impossible to block, as you're about to see. The rover here is what we call a D split. His inside toe there is on the tackle's outside toe. It's what we call a C stack in this case. Okay, for a tight end, it'd be a D stack, C stack. He's stacked literally right there in the C gap. So we got a guy line in the C, the B, the A, the A. He should be in the B, and then we got the C. All right. He's got force, safety over the top, and see, this is why we moved the safety over here. See, this voided area, that's why we did it. And it's part of the game plan, so it's not hard for your players to do. Okay? So now I want you to focus on, if you would, please, a 4-eye technique. This is why we like to play offset when we're anticipating zone read or power read, the run portion of it. See that? He came all the way down the line of scrimmage and made the tackle. And actually, his technique isn't even very good to start. Okay? He's taken too much of the tackle. His first step should be right with his inside foot, because that inside foot's back, so he could step with it. Should be stepping right at this hip, and when that hip moves, he should be bending here. This kid could have had a TFL. I love the effort, but he's not supposed to step up the field and make contact with the tackle. See right there? That shouldn't happen. He should already be right there. Okay? So now I'm going to let it play through. And so this C-stack rover linebacker in this case is the quarterback defender. Okay? And that's a whole lot of bodies in there to play the inside portion of the zone read. Okay? We like the matchup. Okay, just so you realize, the Rover was the quarterback defender in this in the offset, because we knew he could tackle, and he's more athletic than this quarterback was, and that enabled the safety in the corner to be the pass defenders into the boundary. You see how this works? So we're not asking people to be in conflict and do two different things. That's not fair. So let's let it play again. And look at all those green jerseys and hats in there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a guy on the ground. 6. Safety coming in just in case. Smart kid. He was a true freshman that year. This safety, number 20, right here. Very coachable. Didn't make the same mistake twice. Really liked him a lot. So as I said at the beginning, to my subscribers, I thank you, and to non-subscribers, I hope I teased you into it. But at this time, I'd also like to thank YouTube for providing this platform, okay? And then quickly in review, the offset front with a 4-eye to the side of the halfback makes it really, really difficult to block him. And we're really kind of hoping it forces the quarterback into a keep read, and then you got a C-stack linebacker sitting there waiting for the quarterback. It's a beautiful thing. And you don't put any of your defenders in conflict. The outside DBs can focus on the pass, and you got enough people in the box to take care of the run, both the dive portion of it as well as the quarterback. Make it a great day.